Anybody with a functioning brain, you don't have to go to Harvard Business or MIT to know that America's historic rate of inflation, 31-year high, is a massive problem, and it's not going away anytime soon. But for months, the Biden administration, they have lied. They've been telling everyone that inflation, nothing to worry about. Biden proclaiming that inflation was temporary and transitory. Propagandist Jen Psaki doubled down, also calling it temporary, transitory, even made a pompous remark about the rising costs of turkeys. What about the rising cost of fuel, the 20, 25, 30 bucks extra people have to use to fill their tank? What about the extra $1,000 they'll need this winter to heat their homes? What about everything they buy in every store they go to, higher prices they have to pay? Now, meanwhile, the Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen also tried to reassure Americans that inflation was, once again, as she's been saying, wrong again, a temporary problem. It's the same lie they have now been peddling for months and months. But today, the Federal Reserve Chairman finally admitted inflation was not transitory or short-lived. In fact, under Biden, inflation will likely be with us indefinitely. Now, instead of working to address the crisis and bringing down costs, Joe is only making it worse. He is now proposing higher federal fees on oil and gas production. Wow, we're paying $1.50 more a gallon. Let's pay more. He just signed off on more than $1 trillion in new spending. He's now demanding $3 trillion more in the new Green Deal socialist welfare projects that he's supporting. It is insanity. It is unsustainable. It'll bankrupt the country. We can't afford it. And we're robbing from our kids and grandkids. But today, Joe was there in Minnesota hawking his massive Build Back Better new Green Deal socialist spending plan that would send inflation soaring even higher. But before giving his speech, Joe got distracted by a truck. And once again, he reminisced about his time as a big rig driver, which by all accounts never happened. That's at least the second time that we've heard that tall tale, and I doubt it will be the last. Joe Biden, we now know, is an embarrassing, cognitive, weak, frail mess. Every week, it gets worse and worse. It's beyond humiliating, beyond embarrassing to this country, and our enemies see it. And now Kamala Harris and Mayor Pete seemingly competing to take Joe's place at the top of the ticket in 2024. Even Democrats have doubts that Joe is capable of running for a second term. I'm not even sure this guy can finish his first term. Now Pete and Kamala reportedly hate each other. They're planning an awkward joint trip to North Carolina in order to dispel the rumors about their rivalry. But tonight, there is something much more urgent than a feud inside the White House. A new COVID-19 variant is now spreading across the globe. Joe Biden was so concerned about it that he banned travel from several African countries, despite calling President Trump hysterical, xenophobic, a fearmonger, racist for doing the exact same thing. As it turns out, the new Omicron variant, well, now we're finding out was reportedly in Europe before it spread to Africa. And by the way, Joe is going to block travel from Europe? Will he lift his African travel ban? Will he, is he hysterical? Is he xenophobic? Is he a racist fearmongerer who doesn't follow the science? Jen Psaki, care to explain? Take a look.
Before Joe Biden was president, he said that COVID travel restrictions on foreign countries were hysterical xenophobia and fear-mongering. So what changed?
Well, I would say first, to put it in full context, Peter, what the president was critical of was the way that the former president put out, I believe, a xenophobic tweet and how he called what he called the coronavirus and who he directed it at. The president has not been critical of travel restrictions. We have put those in place ourselves. We put them in place ourselves in the spring. But no, he does not believe. He believes we should follow the advice of health and medical experts. That's exactly what he did in putting in place these restrictions over the weekend.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.